Welcome to another video guys. Today we are going to check out some games to run on the Intel GMA3100 graphics chipset. The G31 chipset was never meant for gaming, but like the hell someone is going to stop us from playing some games. The GMA3100 graphics came on the G31 chipset. This chipset is located at the north bridge of the G31 motherboard. Released in 2007, it brought the support of the 45nm CPU to a budget. The GMA31000 is based on architecture generation 4.0, with codename Lake. Spec-wise it has 4 pixel shaders, 1 Vitex shader, 4 texture mapping units and 4 ROPS. It runs at 400 MHz, VRAM is shared with the onboard RAM. It supports up to DirectX 9 and OpenGL 1.4. Pretty good for the time of its release. For the motherboard we have the Zebronics G31 board. It is paired with Core 2 Duo E8400 processor. For RAM we have 3 GB of Kingston DDR2 running at 667 MHz. First up, let's fire up a classic GTA Vice City on the low preset and 800 by 600 resolution. It averaged about 25 FPS, and with a minimum of 13 FPS. It was a complete playable experience, though bear in mind that the performance will suffer if a lot of explosions is going on screen. The gameplay is recorded using Afterburner, which had no impact on performance as my CPU was more than enough powerful to run this game.
Advance 19 Central Mozambique. This was Advance 21 Central Mozambique. Suspect on foot. Advance 21 Central Mozambique. Respond to Advance 19 Central Mozambique.
Next up, GTA 3, which on 720p and low settings averaged about 13 FPS and minimum of 9, worth mentioning that frame times were too high, resulting in an unplayable experience. Lowering the resolution to 800 by 600. The frame time related issues were gone, and the game averaged about 23 FPS with low to 11 FPS, and it was a complete playable experience. Next up, IGI2, on low settings 800 by 600 it averaged around 32 FPS with a low of 24, more than playable, although the settings can be cranked up a little. I will take more FPS than graphics quality any day.
work, Jones. The bridge appears to be heavily guarded. You may need to find an alternative route over the river.
GTA San Andreas was totally unplayable, with average frame rate of only 9 FPS which lowered down to 0 frequently, not to mention the frame times which were horrible. Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare did not want to start and gave an error of graphics card not supported. Last of today, a multiplayer FPS game which has still a lot of servers online in 2019, Counter-Strike 1.6 ran fine with average of 30 FPS and low of 13. So there we have it, G31, a cheap budget-oriented GMA graphics that still performs well in some games. You can still play some older titles like Half-Life 1 and 2 and CS Source, and also if you want to play GTA 1 and 2 it will run fine because they are 2D titles, and honestly all games before the millennium and early 2000 will run fine. Thanks for watching. Click the like button if you like the video, hit the subscribe button for more such videos.